What's up, Steelers Nation? Before we dive into today's massive breaking news, and trust me, it's a big one, let me start with this message straight from inside the organization. This team is working non-stop to get better. Every single day, every practice rep, every meeting, the Pittsburgh Steelers are locked in on improving, correcting mistakes, and pushing for the strong finish this fan base deserves. They know the standard, they know the expectations, and they know they owe you more. So before we get started, go ahead and smash that like button right now. It helps this channel grow, pushes this video to more Steelers fans, and keeps our community strong. By the way, if you're looking for official Steelers gear, jerseys, hoodies, hats, or the new Sideline collection, I left the link to the official store in the description and comment. It helps the channel and keeps you geared up for the season. Today, we're talking about a brand new wide receiver joining Pittsburgh, a shocking veteran departure on defense, and what it all means for the final stretch of the 2025 season. Let's jump right in. Steelers Nation, buckle up. We've got a new weapon for Aaron Rodgers. According to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, the Pittsburgh Steelers have officially claimed former Vikings All-Pro wide receiver Adam Thielen off waivers. And let me tell you, even at this point in his career, this move could end up being one of the biggest late-season additions in the AFC. Thielen requested his release from Minnesota, hoping for a bigger role in what's likely his final NFL season. He wanted an opportunity. He wanted meaningful snaps. He wanted a team that needed him. And now, he's wearing black and gold. This is a fascinating story because Thielen isn't just another veteran receiver bouncing around the league. This is a guy who went undrafted in 2013, became a Pro Bowler twice, put up back-to-back elite seasons with 2,649 yards and 13 touchdowns in 2017-18, recorded 1,014 yards with the Panthers in 2023, and still showed flashes last season with 615 yards and 5 touchdowns in just 10 games. The production may have dipped this year, only 8 catches for 69 yards in Minnesota, but the opportunity wasn't there. Now, in Pittsburgh, the door is wide open. Let's be honest, the Steelers desperately needed help at wide receiver. After DK Metcalf, the production at the position has been thin. Calvin Austin III has just 278 yards, and he's had costly miscues, including in the Week 13 loss to Buffalo. Roman Wilson, the talented third-round rookie, has flashed big play ability but remains raw with 166 yards and 2 scores. And beyond that, the depth has been shaky at best. So the question is, can Adam Thielen still make an impact at 34 years old? The answer is yes, but in a specific way. Thielen isn't the same separator he was in 2017. He's had some drop issues this season, but he still brings 3 things Pittsburgh desperately needs. Number 1, veteran reliability. Aaron Rodgers loves receivers who run precise routes and understand spacing. Thielen has built an entire career on that. Number 2, positional versatility. Slot, boundary, inside, outside. Thielen can line up anywhere, which gives Arthur Smith more flexibility in designing matchups. And number 3, physical presence. At 6'2", 195 pounds, he gives Rodgers a bigger target, something the Steelers' receiver room was lacking outside of Metcalf. It's not about turning Thielen into a 1,000-yard player. It's about unlocking key conversions, red zone chemistry, and situational reliability. And with the Steelers still fighting for playoff relevance, adding someone who has been there, done that, and delivered in big moments makes this move even more valuable. In a day full of transactions, the Steelers also made a surprising defensive decision. Pittsburgh and veteran cornerback Darius Slay have mutually agreed to part ways. This wasn't expected, not even close. Slay was brought in to stabilize the secondary, a veteran voice, a technician, a leader, and a guy who built a reputation as one of the top corners of the last decade. But his time in Pittsburgh never reached that level. He appeared in 10 of 12 games, recorded 36 tackles, and recovered 1 fumble, but the consistency just wasn't there. In fact, he was a healthy inactive in what became his final game with the Steelers. Once that happened, the writing was on the wall. This defense, normally feared across the league, has struggled more than anyone expected this season. Ranking among the league's worst in multiple categories was simply unacceptable, and the coaching staff decided a change needed to be made. For Slay, this gives him a chance to find a new home. And according to insiders, potential landing spots include Philadelphia Eagles, a reunion is absolutely possible, Dallas Cowboys, desperate for secondary help, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bottom 5 pass defense. A fresh start could absolutely revive his Pro Bowl level play. As for Pittsburgh, this move clears room for younger players to take on bigger roles, while also signaling that the front office is not standing still. Claiming Adam Thielen and releasing Darius Slay on the same day? That's not normal. This is a message. It's the front office saying, we're not giving up, we're not tanking, we're pushing for the postseason. Thielen gives the offense another trusted option for Aaron Rodgers, someone who can unlock the passing game, move the sticks, and take pressure off Metcalf. Slay's departure opens the door for younger, faster, hungrier corners to step up in the final stretch. The Steelers are trying to fix problems now, not later. And the truth is, if Pittsburgh wants to compete in the AFC, they need every spark they can find. Week 13, Steelers versus Bills, a game Pittsburgh absolutely needed to win to stay above 500, to keep playoff hopes alive, to finally show that the second half collapses and offensive inconsistencies were behind them. And then, it happened. For the first time in Mike Tomlin's 18-year career, an unmistakable roar echoed through Acrisure Stadium. Fire Tomlin! Fire Tomlin! You could feel it. Not just frustration, but years of pent-up disappointment finally boiling over. And now, here's the part that shocked Steeler Nation. Mike Tomlin didn't dodge it. He didn't deny it. He didn't get defensive. He agreed. Let me read you his exact words because they were powerful. You know, in general, I agree with them. When you root for the Steelers, entertaining is winning. So when you are not winning, it is not entertaining. I respect it, and I share their frustrations. Whether you're angry, sad, or still loyal to Tomlin, you have to admit, hearing a coach say that is rare. That's not coach speak. That's honesty. That's accountability. That's a man who understands the weight of what it means to wear the Pittsburgh crest. He followed it up with another line that hit home. I understand what makes this thing go. Winning is what makes this thing go. You can tell the pressure is real. You can tell he feels it. And you can tell it's getting harder and harder for him to keep this season from slipping into chaos. And it's not just fans anymore. Former players, even some of Tomlin's biggest supporters, are speaking out. Ben Roethlisberger publicly criticized the lack of halftime adjustments. James Harrison said Tomlin has never been a great head coach. Analysts across ESPN, Fox, and NFL Network are finally questioning things Pittsburgh fans have been saying for years. Why are the Steelers always unprepared after halftime? Why doesn't the offense evolve? Why do we keep making the same mistakes season after season? Why can't we win playoff games? Why does Tomlin keep promoting from within instead of seeking outside innovators? The noise is louder than it has ever been, and the organization can no longer ignore it. Let's be brutally honest here, Steelers Nation. This isn't about one bad game. This isn't even about one bad season. It's about a pattern, a long one. 0 playoff wins since 2016. Embarrassing playoff exits. Repeated late-season collapses. Poor coordinator hires. A decade of offensive inconsistency. Penalty issues. Locker room drama. Predictable game plans. 0 identity on offense. And yes, Tomlin has never had a losing season, but that streak is hanging by a thread. At 6-6, Pittsburgh is dangerously close to the franchise's first losing season since Bill Cowher's final year in 2003.
Even Tomlin looked emotionally drained during his press conference. Not angry, not fiery, not defiant, just tired. The question nobody wants to ask, but everyone is thinking, is this: has Tomlin reached the end of his run in Pittsburgh? This is the million-dollar question, and the answer is complicated. The Steelers never fire head coaches. They don't panic. They don't react to emotion. They move only when they believe they have no other choice. So what would need to happen? Here are the realistic scenarios. 1. A losing season. If Pittsburgh finishes 7-10 or 6-11, the front office will have no excuse left. The streak will be over, the standard will be broken, and the franchise will have to decide if this is still the man to lead their future. 2. A locker room collapse. If players publicly turn against Tomlin, or if the team quits on the field, ownership will act fast. We're not there yet, but we're close. 3. Offensive regression continues. Even with Aaron Rodgers, the offense is stuck in neutral. If the second half collapses continue, the pressure becomes impossible to defend. 4. Tomlin himself decides he's done. Don't underestimate this possibility. Tomlin may quietly step away, citing burnout or the desire for a new challenge. He would be hired immediately by multiple teams. 5. The Rooney family feels the fan pressure. Let's be honest, this fan base is reaching a breaking point. If the stadium chants continue, if ticket sales drop, if the anger grows, the Rooneys will notice, and they will act. All right, Steelers family, now it's your turn. What do you think about Adam Thielen joining the Pittsburgh Steelers? Do you think he can still make a difference at this stage of his career? And what are your thoughts on the team parting ways with Darius Slay? Was it the right move, or did the Steelers give up too early? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear all your opinions on these huge roster moves. Before you go, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking Steelers news. All right, Steelers Nation, that's today's update. And if you want to rep the black and gold with official gear, hit the link in the description and check out the new releases. Steelers Nation, stay loud, stay loyal, and stay ready. Here we go.